So this is going to be a brief video. I want you all to go to Soft White Underbelly and subscribe. There is the owner of the channel, Mark Later. He does some very interesting interviews. But in this particular interview that I want you all to watch, is I think the lady that he interviewed is like a lady of the night streetwalker, to put it nicely. He interviewed her a couple of years ago, and she was talking about P. Diddy, and she touched on her experience when she attended one of his parties in Miami. And now he's re-interviewing her, and she's speaking a little bit more about her experience at that party. So basically, what she's saying is that she was uh, contacted by a Arabian prince. He actually made her believe that he would be able to help her with her career. She was a songwriter and a singer, I would imagine, and so that's how he got her to go along with him to this party.
It was December of 22.
Oh yeah, about to be 23.
December of 22, you were here. You did our first interview. You were just some girl that I met through a friend,
Right.
and you were doing this interview, and you mentioned something about.
I accidentally mentioned it too. Like it slipped out
About P. Diddy.
about P. Diddy.
You went to one of his parties.
Yeah.
So long story short, the Arabian prince took her and some other girls. She specifically said she was the only black girl. They ended up in Miami at one of Diddy's mansions at his party, and she pretty much, she just said that before they went in, the security took their cameras and their phones or whatever, and they were locked up in cases. And the only way they can get them back is when they left. So she talked a little bit more about what she first noticed when she got. Basically, they were outside at first, and they chose who they would wanted to go inside, which is where all the activities go on. And she pretty much implicated his sons, one of his sons. Listen to this.
See me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, "You," and I'm like, "Me or her?" And then he was like, "No, you. Come here." So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm
So she talks about how the son selects her to go in the house, but she also talks about whatever partner he was with at the time. She kind of touched on that a little bit, not much, but she did touch on that, and she touched a little bit on their interaction. Listen to this.
the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever, and he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there, whatever. So that's what made me go into the house because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl, let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about.
So she basically goes on to describe what she saw when she went inside, and it was quite interesting. She was just basically saying what she saw in this corner, what she saw in that corner, what she saw in the other corner. Yeah, it was a lot going on. An interesting thing that she did point out was that there was small people there. I don't know if she's trying to say they were childlike or children. Either way, it wasn't good.
I don't judge people because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
She goes on to talk a little bit more about what she saw, and she basically said that her discernment let her knew something was off. And she was basically on her P's and Q's, and she didn't fall for the trap. But another interesting thing that she mentioned was that she interacted with a well-known and famous rapper. Listen to this.
Well-known rapper comes and start feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it.
Do you all realize the implications of that? Do you all realize the implication for that well-known rapper? If the feds gets this tape, listen to this lady saying that a well-known rapper at that party pretty much was engaging in possible criminal activities. So let's just think about this for a minute. She hinted at certain activities that she's currently doing now that may be illegal. If the feds get this tape, and she decides that she doesn't want to cooperate with them, or name names, or tell them what she saw, all they have to do is get her on some type of charge in the current illegal activities that she's doing now, and just give her an ultimatum. You either tell me what you know, tell me what you saw, or we're gonna put this charge on you. She says that she has proof that she was at that mansion. Diddy had a photo booth set up there, and they could take pictures in the photo booth. So she says she has those pictures still. She also says she took pictures when she got her phone back, and she took pictures on the outside of his mansion or whatever. So she has those pictures. She still has those pictures, so she can actually place herself there at his mansion at a certain time. So that's all they need.
How many people were at this event?
Like hundreds.
Hundreds of people. So it's not implausible when there are over 100 lawsuits against Diddy, when there were hundreds of people at just one party. So I'm sure there's probably thousands of potential victims.
Were famous people or not?
It was a whole bunch of famous people.
Yeah.
Like 4 famous people and then some Instagram models.
I think this video that Mark just done, and the one that he did a few years ago with Tanea, could actually be one of the many nails in Diddy's coffin. She seems very credible. I really don't think she's lying. And the fact that she spoke on it a few years ago before it became a hot topic and before they actually started investigating him, that speaks volumes. Okay, so I'm going to leave the link to the video, Soft White Underbelly. I'll leave that in the description. Please go and watch that video in totality. Also, like this video, comment on my page, and subscribe.